All right, let's try this one more time here. So it's always fun when you got to restart everything. But at least it was at the beginning of the stream. There we go. All right, we're in. So let's recap. We're on leg 3 of our Around the World tour. We're switching it up from the PC-24 to the PC-12. This is one of the times that even the PC-24 can't land and take off in a short enough distance. So switching over to the PC-12 is going to make it potentially doable. The runway we're coming into at Socotina Bay, we are looking at recommended runway 27, 3,600 feet, 3,600 feet. Interesting. All the information I have shows me that this is a 2,200 foot runway. That's right. I guess we'll see when we get there. It's 3,600 feet. I can definitely put a PC-24 down on that, but that's all right. It's going to be a shorter flight, just over an hour, in the PC-12. We're going to send it all to the avionics and whatnot. Let's get that closed up, and ooh, I think this is another situation where I scouted this one out earlier and had kind of decided, I just kind of winged it with the parking spots, and it put me over here. This gap you can't get a plane through. There was actually no means to get out of the parking area. So we're going to make that adjustment here. All right, let's load in. Currently, it's going to be an evening flight, which should make this a little more interesting, considering where we're flying into is an unlit runway. Let's do our walk around here. Engine covers off, tires checked, chocks removed. That's black and round, that's cool. Don't need that cover on there. Things don't work so great when you leave it on. That thingamajiggy's got a green check mark, so that's good. I'll do hooky me what's and bob. Oh, that's the door. Gotta love that door. I thought there was supposed to be a button. Yeah, press the lower cargo door, but there's no button there. I just click on the door, I guess. Ground power is good. It's another one of those black round things. This is the wing banana. Makes the directs your magic left or right when you're in the plane. Alright, oh. Yep, there's an engine in there. It's crazy how small turbine actually is. Bonk. Alrighty. We're going to ditch this one for the most part and switch over to our yoke, mouse, and all that good stuff here. There we go. All right. So I do have a checklist off screen here. We're going to start with a few things. Avionics coming on. Standby power is coming on. EPS to test and armed. Battery 1, battery 2 coming on. And let's get our nav and beacon lights on because we're going to roll through a start pretty quick here. We've got plenty of fuel to make this one. Trims are all set. Cast messages as expected. There we go. Altimeter is auto set. Flaps are up. Looks good. Park brake is on. Okay, so we've got our beacon and everything on. We can go to run on the engine and press start. We see N1 coming up. Oil pressure is increasing. Ignition's on. ITT's rising. Oil temperature is going to rise. And that giant fan blade out there is going to start going. Start ignition off. No hung start. Watching the ITT for a hot start. There we go. We're looking good. What are we going to peak at? Like about 482. And let's get our generator 1 and 2 to come on. We can throw these on since we're not something that's going to matter all that much. Alt F, that's the one I wanted here. And MFD lower. Which one's the flood? Let's get a little bit of lighting in there. Alright, we've got a good start. Landing and taxi lights are functioning as I would expect them to. All right, our route is not correctly in there, so let's try this again. I guess for the most part it really is. 21,000. Set our altitude for 21. Get our inertial separator on. Oh, hang on. That's probe heat. Inert sep. Good stuff. Park brake is off. We're on the pedals. Let's have a quick look. For takeoff, flaps set to 15. Flight controls. Inert SIP on. Landing lights on. Strobe lights on. After takeoff. Cool. Let's call. We're going to announce our taxi.
Kilo Golf Foxtrot Lima traffic. Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar is taxiing to runway tree 0. Kilo Golf Foxtrot Lima.
Actually,
Kilo Golf Foxtrot Lima traffic. Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar is taxiing to runway 19er. Kilo Golf Foxtrot Lima.
all right. And let's get all those waypoint markers off because they're annoying. Now, oddly enough, with this plane being something that is designed for kind of almost rough use, kind of go anywhere, do anything type aircraft, it is a little strange in the sense that, look at that lighting. That's some pretty horrific lighting. You'd think this thing would be well set up for lighting. Stop at the hold short here. And we're going to take off, and we are going to be, for the most part, headed northeast, but we'll go for a north departure. West, east, south. There it is.
Kilo Golf Foxtrot Lima traffic. Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar. Taking off runway 19er. North departure. Kilo Golf Foxtrot Lima.
Alright, let's get on 19 here. That's also something I kind of got to figure out. My key binding for my left quick look is not quite correct. Okay, let's make sure. Let's get that off. Inertial separators on. So, perfect. Take off power. Torque stabilized, 39 psi. And let's get it rolling here. A little bit of back pressure. And it's up. Landing gears up, which automatically kills the landing lights. And it goes up. The adapter's on. Inertial separator's off. The flaps can come up. Landing and taxi lights are already off. After takeoff checklist is complete. So we're anticipating we plan for flight level 210, but there's nothing that says we actually have to go 210. It's effectively going to be I think this is going to be one of the shortest legs, but we're going to find out here. Right now we're just doing some hand flying because why not? I love how this particular aircraft flies. Trim it out a little for our climb. Oh, what's going on there? Ah, my yoke. Gotta love it. So, yeah, there's got to be some pickup issue with my turtle beach. I know I've mentioned it before, but it constantly wants to roll me one direction or the other. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to set our altitude to around 8,500. Actually, let's roll our heading here. Heading. Get our auto throttle on here. Oh, you know what actually makes this work way better? So if you engage the autopilot. Works far better. So we blew through. We're just going to do this at 8,500 because why not? It's a beautiful evening. So why not? It's going to be a direct flight. Fuel and weight, we've got 2 passengers, 150 pounds. Compute. Takeoff speeds, don't really care for those now. Anticipating runway 27. And destination airport outside temperature. What do we got? Info. Weather -7C. -7. So we got plenty of fuel. We're gonna definitely want to be landing with a lower fuel state. However, perhaps my information I had was wrong. So 13ME is the airport. And it's giving me 2,200 feet for 13ME. Coming with approach speed at 81 knots, flaps 40, full brakes, full manual braking, max reverse thrust. It is saying that I will be landing, if I do it perfect, in 1,969 feet, which is pretty short. Do believe. Oh, no, it's in here. Let's have a look. Flight performance. So, landing distance. So yeah, SimBrief gives me 1969. The sim itself is giving me 1991. I guess we will see. At 8,500 feet, let's go take a peek outside. What else we got? We can throw some wing lights on. Throw strobes on. Got something for the cover of the video anyhow. So we could go about 43 minutes. Estimated time arrival. 261 knots across ground. 248 true. 227 indicated. Get our altimeter set for minimum 300 feet. What do we got? Got any charts? Probably not. Destination airports. Any charts? No charts. Oh, looks like looks like there were some published charts for aircraft diagram and whatnot for our departure airport, but our destination airports, we've got nothing. Which is not a surprise, because it is kind of an airport in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to turn off my pulse and recog lights. So these lights here on the runway should be bright as all heck. This here and this here combined with the nose wheel, but in the sim apparently not. Actually, since we're up here, we can get the low prop RPM, which won't really affect our speed at all. Actually, it looks like it may have given us a momentary boost, but it drops down the propeller RPM, makes it a bit more comfortable. In the new PC-12 Pro that they just released, which uses the G3000 Prime touch screen avionics and all that stuff, that is all now integrated into the software, so there's no more physical button for that one. See if we get some flight
Boston
fall.
Center,
Not that
Pilatus
it's
Charlie
gonna
Foxtrot
matter.
Tango Mike Oscar is type Pilatus PC-12, 6 miles south of Tree Victor Tango, 8500. Request flight following.
Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar, Boston Center. Squawk 2661.
2661. Enter.
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar. Radar contact 5 miles south of Tree Victor Tango, 8500. Altimeter Tree 011.
Tango Mike Oscar.
Roger. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar.
Got an hour and 46 minutes of fuel on board. And looks like about 35 minutes remaining in the flight. And that's, was it 4, 3, 2? 2 will do. Alright. Runway 27, visual vectors are straight. It's like a blob of weather out there. This part of the US and Canada that we're headed towards has had some pretty strong winter weather. So I guess we'll see. do wonder. Can't do it on this either. It's too bad. Should be able to switch the panels into a type of reversionary type setup where you can swap these displays. Should actually be able to do it right here with the big knob here, but apparently you cannot. Hobbs meter, no worky. Leave Svetlana here for a minute. Svetlana, you got this? Cool. The lightning speed tables. Nice. Seat backs have a little something in them.
Polatus Tango Mike Oscar, contact Boston Center on 124.25. Good day.
12425, good day.
One 124.25, Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar. Boston Center, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango
Hi,
Mike
Boston
Oscar,
Center.
8500. Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar, Boston Center, altimeter tree 009er, radar contact continue.
Quite unexciting, this flight. No traffic, no nothing. Although local time is, I guess like 3 a.m.-ish local time. Right, aircraft center. Runway 27. And let's sync our heading just because I like everything to kind of match. Intercept on, gear down, lights on, flaps. Airport elevation 1170, so it means 2170 is pattern altitude. We're anticipating landing on 27. So we should probably fly a standard pattern on for 27 and land. But what do we got for weather? Weather. VFR pattern. 27. 5 knot headwind, 2 knot crosswind. That's all fine and dandy. Asphalt. Air pressure in hectopascals. Let's. Okay, we can't change that. Interesting. Let's refresh it. Tab. So aim for, it's just 2200 or so. Should get us roughly to pattern altitude. We're going to do a 90 across runway center line. 2 drop across, do our downwind, base and final leg. We'll take it good and slow. I've never been into this airport, obviously, and it is a rather small airport. So we'll want to take it easy, that's for sure. Yeah, see, it's getting a lot of contradicting information. So, Sky Vector 13ME, Sokotan Bay. Sky Vector showing me 2,100 feet, 2,100 foot asphalt runway, 100 feet wide. 0927. But if I look on here, I've got a runway at 3608. SimBrief also has it listed as 2,200 feet. Sky Vector's 2,100 feet. So this runway could be 2,100 feet to 3,600 feet. I don't know which one it is. So I mean, I built this flight off of the fact that it was 2,200 feet. That's the PC-12 at max gross weight, which we're going to be significantly under, given we've only currently got 824 pounds, 23 pounds of fuel on board, and one passenger. We're going to be coming in significantly light. Excuse me. Compared to...
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar, contact Boston Center on 120.25. Good day.
120.25, good day.
120.25. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar. Boston Center, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar, 8,500.
Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar, Boston Center, altimeter 3000, radar contact continue.
Looks like we're getting out of the weather's improving. Do they want acknowledgement? No, they do not. At least the weather's decent. Let's get our flight level changed down here. We're about to... Let's check here. There it is. And we're going to cut the auto throttle off. Also going to kill our autopilot.
Autopilot.
And we can kill the yaw damper as well. We're going to try to get down to our 2170 altitude. I'm not going to quite teardrop it the same way it wants me to here. But I'm going to ditch the tablet here. And we've got a runway in sight. Let's get our landing gear down. Trim for that. And flaps 15, 30, 40. There's our runway. Full flaps. Looks like we've got some lovely trees right at the end of the runway. Yeah. Okay, so I see where we've got 3600 indicated in the simulator. Full braking. Alright. That wasn't too bad. Let's get a very ineffective lighting on here. And flaps up, parking brake is set. Let's go through our... Well, I'm not going to lie, I didn't throw the inertial separator on. That was not ideal. But we did make it. We're on the ground at whatever middle of the world airport this is. It actually, according to the runway markings, is a non-active airport. So we technically shouldn't have even landed here, but we're here. Let's get our trim back into the green here. There we go. Landed with 743 pounds, which give us just over an hour. Max continuous. Park brake is set. Flaps are up. Exterior lights. Get our landing taxi lights to come off. Let's get our strobes, beacon, wing, nav. Those can all come off. Get our cabin lights to come off. Good stuff. De-ice can come off. Alright, that's all off. Exterior lights are off. De-ice is off. Engine master can go to off. Fuel pressure low? I hope so. Generators, battery, EPS. Let's just do this. Generators. Battery. EPS. Standby. Avionics buses. And there we are. Actually shut down. Cold and dark. Let's hop on out here. A little bit of schmutz. A little bit of dirt, a little bit of schmutz. But we are here. We have made it. Throw a ladder down here. People can in and out from the rear cargo door. Nice. Well, we made it. That wasn't too bad. It was, again, about an hour and 15 between startup and shutdown. Thanks for joining me on this short one here. We're going to pick up coming out of here again. We're probably going to be doing the PC-12 coming out of here. And then we'll see what we can make work on some of the other runways. Kind of want to mix more prop planes in. Thinking maybe the new Bonanza, turboprop Bonanza. I've got the also the Duke, turbine Duke, which is a killer one. Same thing with the Starship. I absolutely love flying the Starship. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining along, and we will catch you guys next time. Have a good one.